Hello everyone. In the previous sessions we learned how to upload cars CSV into Elasticsearch and then create indices of cars. As you can see in Kibana interface, the cars index is created. There are more than 3 million cars in this dataset or index. And also we created index patterns for cars. Now we are going to create some visualization using the Visualize tab in Kibana. I already created some of them. By the way, the visualization tab, when you open it, it's an empty page and you just have a plus button here that you can create new visualizations. So the tasks which are given is creating a data table of top 5 models sold by the top 5 makers, and we define top makers, those makers who sold more cars. So I just show you the final answer for that, and then we go through it. So you can see the makers, top 5 makers: Skoda, Volkswagen, and I can just go to the other pages, page 2 and page 3. So for each of those top 5 brands, I can see what are the top 5 models, or top 5 makers, what are the top 5 models and how many of them are sold. You can download it as raw or formatted. Another thing that I created is a multi-level pie chart of top 5 models sold by top 5 makers. So the same thing, now show it. Now we can visualize it using pie chart feature. So let's take a look at the results in the Visualize tab again. So you can access it here, and in the Visualize tab, that's the multi-level pie chart. So you can see those top 5 makers, and on the next level you see how many cars from each of those models that maker created. The other task in visualization here is creating a pie chart or separate pie charts showing the top 3 makers sliced by top 5 models. We can do it in a single visualization. Again, I created it here. Did I? Yeah, separate pie charts. So 3 different pie charts showing the different models of them, and the name of the makers are underneath of these pie charts. Additional visualization aspect created is a vertical bar, which shows us the average mileage grouped by top 5 makers and sorted by the average descending. So top 5 makers should be sorted by their average mileage descending from top average to the lowest average, and sliced by the top 3 fuel type per maker. So it's let me just show you the visualization. Going back to visualization, this is the vertical bar. So these are top 5 makers, and on the y-axis you see the average mileage of each, and these are sliced by the fuel type. For example, this purple is for electric, and the blue is for gasoline, green is for LPG. So this is the answer for that one. And the area chart showing the average mileage sliced by the top 5 fuel and 2 transmission type is another kind of visualization, which looks like this: auto and manual, and in the x-axis you see fuel type, on y-axis you see average mileage. The other one is asked is the tag cloud of the first top 40 makers. Um, Let me show you the answer of that one as well. The tag cloud of top 40 makers, you can see them in this visualization. And last but not least is creating the dashboard for all the above visualization. So altogether, you create separate visualization, pie chart, vertical bars, area chart, etc. And then you can just show all of them all together in dashboards, which is super useful for management teams. So there is another tab on Kibana dashboard. I already created that visualization. It just made by separate charts I created there, and now it's ready to get printed. I can simply save this into PDF. Let me just open in another browser for your information. Because I ask you to use Chrome all the time. So this is my visualization. I can simply go to print and make sure that you choose layout of landscape when you are going to print these, and you can save it as a PDF file on your desktop anywhere. Okay, so let's see how I created them. So we have seen what is going to be achieved, a dashboard like this. Let's see how I created them step by step. Starting from the first one, creating the data table of top 5 models sorted by the top 5 makers. Okay, if I get back to Kibana, in the visualization tab, I can go to visualize and click on new one, and the first one is a data table. So I can click on data table and I select the index I'm going to use, which is cars. Here I can create based on what is asked. It's asked me to create a data table of top 5 models sold by top 5 makers. So first of all, I need to find top 5 models based on the count of their sellings. So I can just leave the metrics as count if it's the default one. I can also change it to others, which is average, maximum, median, mean, etc. For now, count of sales is good for me. I also can just and you see that all of the cars that I showed you at the index pattern is here. By the way, if you cannot see anything, if sometimes it just returns you that it doesn't find anything, if you're sure that there are something in the dataset, make sure that on top you chose last 5 years or something that put it in that range when you put data in. If I change this to today, you can see count is 0 because I just imported them last week, and by timestamp it just doesn't include them in the results shown here. So all the time make sure that you select a period of time that you at least have some data points there. Okay, so here I'm after I select the metrics of count, which is the default because I'm going to sort it based on the number of their sales. I click on split rows, and from this menu, from the aggregations, I choose terms, and the term I'm going to use is maker because I'm going to find top 5 makers. That's the aggregation on the maker column, and the metric is count. The order is by count and descending, and as the question asked top 5 models, I just leave it as 5. If it asks top 10 models, I need to change it to 10, but for now it's 5. That's fine. I also can write the label for it, which is maker. I use maker. So if I run this, you can see the top 5 models, and yeah, that's that's the result I wanted for top 5 models. By the way, it also asked me to include top 5 sorry, it's just top 5 makers, not models. I just created top 5 makers, not models. So I need to now get to the models section. If I just wanted the models, I need to select model keyword, and if I run, you can see the models. By the way, the maker is not there. So it somehow wants both of them, maker and models all together. So the first one I choose is the maker or manufacturer of the car, maker keyword. Top 5 of them, I call it maker. And the next bucket I can add as a sub bucket, I can split rows and select here again terms. From the fields, I select models, model keyword. So the first one was maker, the second one is model, and it asked me top 5 models. Okay, therefore I will write here model, and if I click on run, you can see the top 5 maker, and beside it the model of them and how many of them are there. You can also all the time take a look at the options menu and see what kind of options you have. For example, you can show the total underneath of the table, as you can see here. And the pagination is also can be changed. If I change to 3 per page, you can see I have more pages, and that's helpful sometimes. By the way, leaving it as default is good for now. Also, I can download the result as a CSV file, raw or CS or formatted file, so you can try it after you watch this video. So that's the answer for the question. When I'm done with creating my data table, I can click on save and call it, for example, data table task 1, whatever. You can just choose whatever you like to name this table. Confirming save, it will be added to the list of visualizations. So I already created some visualizations, and this is the new one I just created. This is similar to the first one I showed you. The second task is creating multi-level pie chart of top 5 models sold by the top 5 makers. The same question. Now I'm going to create pie chart for that. On visualization tab, click on new, and from the list of visualizations, select pie chart, select the index you want to work with, and here I'm going to do the same thing. This time it just shows me pie chart. It's actually donut chart that you can convert it to pie chart. Again, you can click on split slices. You can see there are 2 different ways for the buckets: split slices and split charts. Split slices will just do whatever it wants to do on a single pie chart, but if you click on a split chart, it will create several pie charts for you. So that's the next task. I show you how to use split charts. So split slices, from split slices, we again select terms, and among the terms we have, it's based on the maker again. Count is good because we want to sort descending from top number of cars by those manufacturers in the data set. We select top 5 of them. If I just run it now, you can see them in this donut chart. And we want to add another level on around this to show what kind of cars or what kind of models, for example, Skoda or uh, Volkswagen or as you can see BMW has. You can also put a better, if you don't put any label, you can see on the tooltip on each part, it's written as maker.keyboard. So it's better that you change it to something more meaningful, such as maker. And if I run it again, you can see it changed to maker now. And in the options, I can remove the donut option, and you can see it makes it as a pie chart right away. So play with the other stuff. For example, if you want to show the labels, you can activate it, and you can see it shows the makers with their percentage on the pie chart. By the way, we wanted additional information, and it was by adding a subset. Again, slices, split the slices. The aggregation I use here is terms again, and from the fields I select this time I select model, the model of that maker created. Again, top 5 of them is good for me, and I write model here for a better labeling. And when I run, you can see additional level. For example, let's take a look at the cars created by BMW or manufactured by BMW, Z4, X6, X5, X1, and X3. You can see X3 has more portion of the company car models in this dataset. And you can see the labels just move to the top level. You can change it here by just remove show top level only, and it also can show labels for the internal pie chart. Or if it's too busy, you can just dismiss both of them by not showing the labels, because you have already the tooltips. Everything is available for you. Again, you can save it as pie chart. Confirm save. It's on top of the page. I can click save. I can make some changes and save a new visualization, or just rename it to whatever I want. So the second visualization I created right now in front in this review, so data table and pie chart, I created both of them. The third task is creating a separate pie chart showing the top 3 makers sliced by top 5 models. So this time we need to create separate pie charts, top 3 makers sliced by top 5 models. So similar, I will do it by clicking on plus, pie chart, cars again. This time, instead of split the slices, because it asked me separate pie charts, I select split charts. It asked me to select top 3 models. So from the field, I select maker.keyword and top 3. Let's just run and see what happens. So you can see top 3 makers. The label is too long, so I just add an additional label. So you can see it's Skoda, Volkswagen, and BMW top 3. You can also put them beside each other. Beside each other by selecting columns instead of rows. So any of these two, which is better for you. I think this is better. By the way, I want to show on each of these 3 the models of each. So I will add sub bucket, split the slices, and the aggregation is terms, and the field is now maker. No, it's model.keyword. Top 5 models of 3 top makers. And I also call it models or model. If I run, you can see the donut chart of each of these 3. Again, these are printed close to each other. I also can change donuts to pie charts. You can also change the position of the legend, etc. Wherever which is better for you. Yeah, like that. So we can save this as well as separate pie charts. Confirm save. And that's another one I created. The next task asking me to create a vertical bar of the average mileage grouped by top 5 makers, sorted by average descending. So how I define top 5 makers, we take the average of the mileage of those used cars in the dataset and then sort by the average. And also it's sliced by the top 3 fuel types per maker. So 2 separate depth, two dimensions it has. So let's get to the visualize section. I click on plus button, and from the menu I create vertical bar, click on cars, and here I need to do what? I need to use the average mileage. In here, the metric I will use for Y column is average. Average is selected, and it just shows me what options I have based on the numerical columns it detected. Mileage is there, and I can just call it average mileage. If I run, you can see nothing really meaningful for now. This is the average of total, and let's take a look at let's take a look at the bucket I'm going to add. It asks me to group by what? So the mileage average group by top 5 makers. Okay, top 5 makers. Average mileage in the x-axis. Aggregation I should choose is terms, and then models dot keyword, and you can see the metrics I have. The metric I choose is average mileage. For the average mileage, descending top 5 makers, and then I can sort by the average mileage, top 5 of them. What else it asked me to slice in addition by top 3 fuel types per maker. So let's see the results for now. So these are top 5. Oh, these are the models. We need to select the makers, not the models. Okay, so top 5 makers, you can see them here, and I think I added additional column which is count, that I can dismiss it because I just need the average, not the count of them. So now you can see the top 5 car manufacturer average miles sorted by that. Now we need to show additional information on this. We need to slice this uh, charts, vertical bar charts by top 3 fields. All the time when you need additional slice, you need to add sub bucket, and here we can split series again. From the list you choose term again. From the field you will choose field type. Yes, it's asked me for field types, top 3 field types. I change it to 3. Let's sort it by mileage, average mileage, and call it field type. And if I run, you can see the same cars are there, and they are and on the tooltip above them you can just see for each of those top 3 or top 5 field type what kind of top brands, sorry, top 5 models, what kind of um, top field type we have. So each of them can be accessed by just going over the slices. So that's another one I created. I just save it as vertical bar chart. Let's confirm save. The next task is area chart showing the average mileage sliced by the top 5 fuel types and 2 transmission type. I need to get to visualization tab again, click on new, area chart, cars, y-axis should be what? Average mileage. So I choose, I can change y-axis to average, and the field is mileage. I call it average mileage. What should be the x-axis? Top 5 field types. Top 5 field types. Okay, so x-axis, I will choose terms. I will choose top 5 field type. Field type 5 is good based on average mileage, and I call it fuel type. If I run, you can see top 5 fuel based on area chart, but it also asks me to be sliced with the transmission type we have, which is manual or automatic. So I add another sub bucket, split series, aggregation terms, and the field is transmission keyword, and it asks me for top 2. I call it transmission. Now if I run, I have the area chart based on auto or manual. It's fuel type and average on x-axis, and average mileage on y-axis. I can also save it as area chart. Confirm save. And the last one is tag cloud, which is the simplest one. You just click on visualize, click on the tag cloud. Where is tag cloud? Here we go. Tag cloud. You select the index you want. In this one, I need to find the top 40 makers. So count of them is good because we want to sort based on the number of them. The aggregation of count is good. You can also check other stuff you can do. The tags that you want to select is based on one of those categorical columns. So terms, the field I need to select is maker.keyword, and because it asked me to create 40, top 40, I just write 40, and here I write maker, custom label is maker, and let's just click on that. So you can see top 40 makers. When the word is larger, it means that there are more of them on this data set. When it's less, it means there are fewer ones. You can also check other keywords such as, let's take a look at transmission keywords. See, we have manual auto transmission. Some of them just in the table, in the data set, it's just written transmission. What about something such as model? So these are the top models in the data set. For now, it's asking me for makers, so I just select makers, and that's all. So that's the tag cloud. I just search it at tag cloud or word cloud, whatever you like. So I created all of the visualization I wanted. These are the new visualization I created: data table, pie chart, tag cloud, area chart, and vertical bar chart. These are the new ones I created. Now I want to create a custom dashboard. In the dashboard tab, if you click on dashboard, you can create a new dashboard. You can create as many as dashboards you want. And dashboard is nothing rather than a customized set of these visualizations. If I click on that, you can see I can add a new visualization to my dashboard. So from the chart, for example, let's just add the table. So you can see the table is added here, and then pie chart. Pie chart will be added there. Tag cloud that I just created is here. So let's just add it there. So that could be one of the dashboards I create. I can also change the size and location of these. Just drag drop the place you want, and it will be resized by the gears it has. And you can delete from the dashboard, etc. So that could be one of the dashboards you created. You can also add as many as other visualization you like. If you click on add on top, for example, the bar chart, the vertical bar chart I created, I can also add. It's added underneath of the tag cloud. You can also resize it the way that you like. At the end, when you are done with your visualization and it's good to go, you can share it. With an embedded code, you can share it online for anyone who can use it online. In addition, you can just give the permalink to somebody. By the way, they have to have access to your Kibana server. It is running until your server is running. So if you shut down the server, it will not load. So it's just load from Kibana server. So to just save the results, let me just show you in Chrome. That's the link. Again, if I ask you to print the results for me, go to print. Make sure that you change the layout from the default is portrait. Change it to, you see that it crops here. So just change it to landscape, and it's better. So just print this for me if I ask the result from you. So that's all about the visualization. I didn't cover several of the several of them. I just covered some of them. One of the interesting one um, is the coordinate maps. It needs additional steps in when you index data. Also, the experimental controls is really nice. You just take a look at the video tutorials about them. The basics I showed you is enough for now. So take a look at them and try to think about different situations, different kind of questions you might have from the data, and try to create visualization right away. Hopefully it is useful for you, and thanks for watching.